Peace. This is Wise for Wise Words Media, and tonight we are gonna get what could potentially be a very entertaining fight live from Brooklyn, New York, Barclays Center. We're gonna have Danny Swift Garcia versus Jose Benevidez Jr. Now, this fight is gonna be a very interesting fight for a number of reasons. Number one, we get the return of Danny Garcia. You know, he's the A side on this fight, the A side on the card. And, you know, Danny's an established fighter, had a ton of success at junior welterweight, 140. Then at 147, was successful as well. He suffered his first defeats at this new weight class, but he was still always a game challenger. He was successful even at that weight class, and now he's moving up yet again, and he's gonna go to junior middleweight, the 154 division. Now moving up to the 154 division, also you have his opponent tonight, who is Jose Benevidez Jr. Now, does the name sound familiar, Benevidez? It should, because he is the brother, the older brother of the guy who Mike Tyson has coined the Mexican monster, David Benevidez, who is the guy who currently Canelo Alvarez is running from. And a host of other fighters are sounding very controversial. You know, they sounded funny. Whenever David Benavidez' name comes up, all of a sudden they saying some stuff that just don't add up based on their character and their pedigree and stuff that we know from them in their history. But the older brother, Jose, he is a very game challenger. In fact, Jose carries that name Benevidez. So just like David, guess what you're gonna get with Jose? A lot of punches. Jose throws a lot of punches. One thing that I always liked about Jose watching him is he goes to the body a lot. And that Danny must be, you know, somewhat wary of, because Jose likes to go to the body. He throws a lot of punches, but he goes to the body a lot too. And for somebody of his stature, he stands 6 foot tall, and he's usually the taller fighter in fights. You know, usually taller fighters don't come down to hit the body, but he does. He uses his length, his long arms, to go into the body. So with this fight, both of these guys have the ability to either box a smart fight and, you know, be calculating with their punches, but we have also seen these two guys in the past just throw hands. And here's my C, or the way that I perceive this fight. For Danny Garcia, he must use his jab. The jab is a punch that has plagued Danny Garcia in the past. He doesn't use it enough. Instead, what he does is he substitutes his jab with a straight right. And what he does is, you know, one of the most fundamental combinations of boxing is the 1, 2, 3. He substitutes the 1 with just doing a 2, 3. So he likes to 2, 3 you. So Danny needs to utilize the jab. Throw something different, because that Benevidez, Jose Benevidez Sr., is a very smart trainer. Very smart trainer. You see El Rayo, Valenzuela, another young guy that's coming up in the ranks, you know, in the lightweight division. He's taking the IQ from the Benevidez camp, and you can see it, the maturation. So this is a smart camp that Danny's working with. Showtime and, you know, the media is promoting this fight by virtue of Danny Garcia, What people need to realize is that Benevidez camp is real. They are, for me, in the top 2 or 3 camps in all of boxing. Derrick James got number 1. But that camp right there is either number 2 or 3. Like, they are a very good camp, high IQ, and if they're watching enough tape and they know that that left hand, that jab doesn't fire off enough, that he's looking for more for the straight right and then the hook, trust that Benevidez will be prepared for that and he will make Danny pay for it. So Danny needs to let the jab go just to throw that game plan off, because he's known for not letting that jab, that left hand go much. So Danny needs to let that left go, and he needs to extend the fight, and that will help Danny extend the fight by throwing the jab and making it less of a firefight. Which, going on the other side of things, the keys to the fight for Jose Benevidez is to throw punches, make this a shootout. Make this a shootout, impose your will, and you are the bigger, more physical fighter, so be that tonight in the ring. Jose needs to impose his will. Danny stands about 5'8". Jose Benevidez stands at 6 feet. You know, usually in most fights, Jose Benevidez is the taller fighter, so he needs to impose his height, impose his will, impose his physicality, and make it a dog fight. This is Danny's first fight at 154. So in other words, there is no measuring tape. There's no true scouting report on how his body has adjusted or will react moving up in weight. You know, this is new. Whenever somebody has their first fight in a new weight class, this is why you got to pay attention to the post-fight comments after somebody moves up in weight, because weight will always come up. Tonight, check it out. Weight will always come up based on performance on behalf of the person that's moving up in weight, especially if they're the A side like Danny is. Like, the weight will come up tonight. They will ask him, how did you feel? Because this is a very big thing. So Benevidez needs to impose his will. He's the bigger guy. Make it a physical slugfest, a shootout, and that will give Benevidez a hit the body, you know, because Danny, again, likes to fire off the right hand a lot. So the right hand, the right elbow is what protects the liver. Danny firing off that right hand for a jab or for his setup punch for the left hook, because that's Danny's favorite punch, the left hook. For him to try to set up the left hook with the right hand exposes the liver. And Benevidez, he likes to go to the liver a lot. So guys, this fight is going to be a lot more entertaining, a lot closer, and don't be surprised if we get what, according to how this thing has been publicized, Danny's return and Danny's first fight in the new weight class. Don't be surprised if Benevidez gives him a run for his money or even beats him tonight. So with that said, I think this is going to be an entertaining fight. I like both of these guys. And as a fight fan, that's all I want to see, a good fight. You know, and best of luck to both men. And I'll catch y'all on the post-fight video. On that note, I'm out. Enjoy the fight. Peace.